The painful decline Harry and Meghan's self-inflicted exile. Hello friends and welcome back to the King YouTube channel. The downfall of Harry and Meghan Markle from esteemed members of the British royal family to two of the most polarizing figures globally is nothing short of a self-destructive tragedy. Their recent actions have not only estranged them from the royal family but also from the public who once revered them. Their escalating paranoia, desperate efforts to stay relevant, and their apparent belief in universal hatred have pushed them to a point where their removal from royal duties seems not only inevitable but fully warranted. Let's start with their recent debacle in Colombia, a glaring example of their fall from grace. Harry and Meghan's visit was accompanied by an astonishingly excessive security detail that seemed wildly out of proportion to the actual risk. They reportedly required a staggering 3,000 security personnel, including snipers, bulletproof vans, a constantly hovering Black Hawk helicopter, and an entourage of 16 police cars and an ambulance, all for a visit that drew merely 2 spectators. A local journalist remarked that this level of security was not only superfluous, but an outright insult to the people of Corina. Unlike King Charles and Queen Camilla's visit in 2014, which was met with warmth and respect, Harry and Meghan's visit was treated like a military operation. The question is clear: why do Harry and Meghan believe they need an army for a largely indifferent public? The root of this paranoia lies in their deep-seated insecurities since leaving the royal family. Despite Harry's public struggle with anxiety, it's clear that much of this stress is self-inflicted. His relentless attacks on the royal family and the victimhood narrative he and Meghan perpetuate have isolated them from their supporters. A former royal aide commented that Harry and Meghan have constructed a narrative where they are martyrs fighting against an unjust world, but they have alienated themselves from the very people who once cheered them on. Their recent tour in Colombia is viewed by many as a desperate attempt to cling to the remnants of their royal status by visiting places where they're relatively unknown. These tours, unsanctioned by the British monarchy, are nothing more than a hollow charade designed to keep them in the limelight while deceiving a new audience into believing they are still valid representatives of the UK. A UK political commentator observed Harry and Meghan are essentially playing dress up. They want to be seen as important while shirking the responsibilities that come with their former role. It's a farce, and people in these countries are starting to see through it. The mayor of Corina, who wasn't even invited to meet them, voiced his frustration, saying, "Who are these people meeting our children? They are not real royals. They have no official role or mandate. They're just here for their own self-promotion." This sentiment is echoed by many who see their tours as aimless and desperate, reflecting their efforts to keep the spotlight on themselves rather than contributing anything meaningful. One significant consequence of Harry and Meghan's behavior is the level of animosity they've generated. While they may believe they're hated due to their stance against the royal family or outspoken views, the reality is more complex. Their public disdain is rooted in their hypocrisy, relentless self-promotion, and disregard for the truth. A royal historian remarked, "Harry and Meghan have turned themselves into figures of ridicule. They claim to champion social justice while living in extreme privilege and doing nothing to help those in need. They accuse the royal family of being out of touch. But they are the ones who are truly disconnected from reality." Their constant craving for attention, despite claiming to seek privacy, has led many to view them as opportunists more focused on maintaining their fame than making a positive impact. A social commentator added, "The public sees through Harry and Meghan's act. They've had every opportunity to do good, but instead chose to focus on themselves. It's no wonder they are so despised." Another major source of public resentment is their sense of entitlement. Despite stepping back from royal duties, Harry and Meghan continue to expect the perks and privileges of royalty, exemplified by their excessive security demands in Colombia. A former palace official remarked, "Harry and Meghan want to have it both ways. They want the freedom to do as they please without the constraints of royal duty, but still expect the privileges of being royals. It's a contradiction that the public finds increasingly intolerable." This entitlement extends to their financial expectations. Despite their desire for financial independence, they've relied heavily on the generosity of others. From Prince Charles's financial support to lavish gifts and loans from wealthy friends, they've shown little inclination to achieve true independence. A financial analyst observed, "Harry and Meghan talk a lot about independence, but have done very little to actually achieve it. They've lived off others' kindness, and as that support dwindles, their position is becoming precarious." Given the extent of damage Harry and Meghan have inflicted on the royal family's reputation, many believe that stripping them of their titles and exiling them is necessary to preserve the monarchy's integrity. A former royal advisor explained the titles of Duke and Duchess come with responsibilities. Harry and Meghan abandoned those responsibilities when they stepped back. Given their exploitation of their titles, it's only a matter of time before the king decides to strip them of their honors. Losing their titles would be a significant blow as they've relied on their royal status to remain relevant. Without these titles, they would face a daunting task of rebuilding their brand from scratch. A public relations expert suggested if Harry and Meghan lose their titles, they'll struggle to stay relevant. Their royal connection is a major part of their appeal, and without it, engaging with the public will be challenging. The argument for stripping their titles is not just about punishment, but about preserving the dignity of the monarchy. Harry and Meghan's behavior undermines the very institution they once represented. A royal historian argued the monarchy is built on tradition, duty, and service. Harry and Meghan have shown time and again that they disregard these principles. Stripping their titles would send a clear message that such behavior is unacceptable. As Harry and Meghan's story unfolds, it's increasingly clear that their experiment in independence has been a failure. Their desperate attempts to retain their royal status while rejecting its responsibilities have left them isolated, despised, and facing an uncertain future. A royal commentator concluded Harry and Meghan thought they could have it all: fame, fortune, and freedom, but in the end, they've lost nearly everything. Their reputation is in tatters, their finances are shaky. And their relationship with the royal family is irreparable. It's a tragic tale of their own making. As public disdain grows, so does the likelihood of their permanent exile from the royal family. The titles they once coveted have become a burden, and the life they envisioned in America has turned into a waking nightmare. The lesson they must learn is simple: you cannot enjoy the privileges of royalty without shouldering the responsibilities. The world has seen through their act, and if they are stripped of their titles and exiled, it will be a fitting end to a story marked by betrayal, hypocrisy, and a relentless quest for fame at any cost. As their failed experiment concludes, Harry and Meghan will be left to reflect on what might have been a world at their feet that they chose to squander, leaving them with nothing but the bitter memories of a life they could have had and the knowledge that they are hated, and justifiably so. As Harry and Meghan's story continues to unravel, it's clear that their future is fraught with uncertainty. Their attempts to maintain a semblance of royal relevance while publicly disavowing their royal roles have led to a profound disconnect from both the British public and their former royal supporters. The couple's ongoing efforts to stay in the limelight, despite their apparent failure to contribute meaningfully, only further highlight their desperation. Their public persona, once celebrated, has now become a symbol of failure and futility. While Harry and Meghan once enjoyed admiration and respect, their relentless pursuit of fame and self-importance has resulted in a tarnished legacy. The media scrutiny, public backlash, and fractured relationships have left them in a precarious situation, struggling to find a path forward. The media's portrayal of Harry and Meghan has shifted dramatically. What was once seen as a story of modern royalty has transformed into a cautionary tale of overreach and disillusionment. The couple's attempts to reshape their public image through various high-profile projects have often been met with skepticism and criticism. Their narrative, driven by personal grievances and a desire for constant validation, has failed to resonate positively with the public. A seasoned media analyst noted, Harry and Meghan's strategy of constant media engagement has backfired. The more they attempt to stay relevant, the more they alienate themselves. The public is growing tired of their self-serving narratives and grandiose displays. Their attempt to control the narrative has only served to exacerbate their image problem. As they face an uncertain future, Harry and Meghan will need to reassess their approach to public life. Their past actions have left them with few allies and a damaged reputation. Rebuilding their lives will require a significant shift in strategy, focusing on genuine contributions and addressing the criticisms they face. A prominent consultant suggested to move forward, Harry and Meghan must engage in a process of self-reflection and humility. They need to demonstrate a commitment to meaningful change and step away from the spotlight long enough to rebuild trust. Their path to redemption will be challenging. But it starts with acknowledging their past mistakes and making sincere efforts to amend them. In conclusion, the saga of Harry and Meghan serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of fame, privilege, and responsibility. Their journey from celebrated royals to controversial figures underscores the dangers of seeking to retain privilege without fulfilling associated duties. As they navigate the fallout from their decisions, the couple faces the formidable task of redefining their lives in a world that has become increasingly indifferent to their plight. Their story, marked by ambition and controversy, ultimately reflects the broader challenges faced by those who live in the public eye. The lesson here is clear: the allure of celebrity and status must be balanced with a genuine sense of purpose and responsibility. Only time will tell if Harry and Meghan can find a way to rebuild their lives and restore some semblance of the respect and relevance they once enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to discussing more on this topic with you in future videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Thank you so much.